Welcome back, everyone. We have a fun reaction today. I don't think we've ever done anime, so we're going to venture into a little bit of anime territory here. Michael's got some good tracks for us, so Michael, why don't you take it away?
So with the new part of Season 4 of Attack on Titan coming out soon, I thought... I've listened to the Attack on Titan soundtrack so many times, and I thought I would show these two guys a couple of the tracks from the Season 4 Part 2 soundtrack.
Ooh.
And like I said, I've heard all of the soundtracks many times over, and as I understand it, you guys have heard some tracks from some of the seasons, but not extensively, and not the full soundtracks for sure.
Oh yeah, you and David got me into the show. Like, I'm now an Attack on Titan fan. I was not an anime guy before that. I am invested now, and the music's phenomenal. So I've heard some of the tracks. I may have heard these, but I'm gonna be reacting as well.
And kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum, I have not gotten into anime yet. I've tried Attack on Titan. It wasn't for me, but I have listened to a playlist, I think, from the first season of themes and really enjoyed it. But I am an anime noob here, so this is gonna be an interesting one. So
Yeah.
you got all sides of this. So Michael,
I'm looking forward to it.
So Michael, what are we reacting to first?
So the first one we're reacting to is called From You, 2,000 Years Ago. It's from the soundtrack for Season 4, Part 2.
All right. Okay. Some pretty notes.
That is an interesting instrument.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what instrument that is, honestly.
Sounds like
it
a
reminds me
percussion
of something
on, like,
you'll hear in a
steel.
Japanese temple.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Sounds like a temple bell of some sort, but I could be way off. Feel free to drop it in the comments if you know what that sound is.
Some nice strings there.
Yeah, I like the build here.
I can see why you like this, Michael. You got a slow build already.
Ramin Javadi would be proud.
I was going to say, I feel like this composer, Hiroyuki Sawano, I believe is how you pronounce his name, also, like Ramin Javadi, has really good builds.
Nice. Here we go.
It's beautiful so far.
Yes, it is.
Does this contain any of the main themes that are pretty popular?
Sort of, not as much as some of the other tracks. Like probably not the ones that you're familiar with from Season 1.
I'm not hearing anything I recognize, and I've heard a lot of the main themes. So this is great.
That part's kind of meditative. The background.
Yeah, I love those.
If you want to start your day like a hero.
You got some kind of ominous notes.
Yeah, I love. Is that cello? Oops. Earthquake here. Sorry.
It's a Titan.
Cello
it's a Titan.
Or
nice, Steven.
Yeah, there you go.
I know some references.
I love those little pulsing strings.
Yeah, the quick ones.
Yeah. Again, these layers, the building, so good.
Do they generally do?
Yeah, it keeps building and then pausing. And then I assume we're going to get another build and then a pause.
I will let it play out.
Do you know if it's generally, do they use orchestra for anime, or is it electronics that they're doing on keyboard for synthesized versions?
Well, this soundtrack, I feel like it's a combination of both, which is it's beautifully combined. It's kind of really cool in that way. You'll hear some really distressed electronic combined with some choir. It's wild.
Do you remember? I remember the episode titled with the same title as this track, Michael. Do you remember if it's cutting between two different stories and that's why the music might be shifting?
I do know exactly where this plays. It plays in a couple of episodes.
Okay.
We got some villainy going
definitely
on.
Menacing.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't want to say where context just from a spoiler standpoint for anyone who hasn't seen the show. who plans on it.
And you should
Yes.
plan on it.
Hint, hint, Steven. Not so subtle nudge. You got 3.5 seasons to catch up on before Sunday. Maybe
I
this.
like it. I honestly thought it was going to build into something by now,
Mhm.
but it's a very
I did too.
gradual. Because you're right, it does build and kind of falls off, and then
Mhm.
it.
This has stay a little more mellow.
Mhm.
Maybe these listening to this will convince Steven to watch the show.
Sorry, we still have 2 minutes to go.
Yeah. You want to take bets? I'm gonna bet it's gonna stay like this.
There you go.
I just lost. Lost
Good
that one.
timing, Steven. In
I have
a quarter of a
impeccable
second, he
timing.
loses his bet. I didn't even have time to.
Yeah,
Yeah, you didn't
Good
wager
thing
anything
any money
yet.
on it.
I'm not a gambling man, thank God.
And we're back.
Yep.
When I say the know the context, I know moment to moment.
Wow.
I've listened to this soundtrack a lot.
Oh, clearly the menacing villainy has won out.
You say that a lot,
That
Robert.
dark choir. What do I say? A lot of.
It's like, oh, this is the part where the villain won, or something like that.
Am I always correct?
I have no idea.
In this case, Steven has no idea.
I probably am.
Yeah. We'll go with that.
In the comments, just say if Robert's correct. Don't say anything else, just if he's correct.
Yeah, don't ruin it for Steven in the comments, please.
For when he does watch the show.
Right.
So they've got a snare drum,
Yeah.
some sort of like bell percussion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's a triangle. If anyone knows what that high pitched percussion is, I'd also love to know.
Oh, I like that. A little.
Some synth.
I mean, I'm a sucker for synth.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of it in our soundtrack reactions lately.
Yeah. You know, I have to say, I like that. First of all, that was very good. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's a different kind of build to Ramin Javadi's style, because he does kind of the traditional build up crescendo, whereas this he was kind of it was like he was teasing us.
Yeah, right.
They were teasing us with
Yep.
it, and it was like,
Yeah, and
you know, okay, here's something. He's a little bit, but no, that was very nice. I like that. What I've heard, it was like I said, it was like a playlist from I think season 1, so it was like
Yeah.
selections.
No,
It
I
wasn't-
looked at you sent me the playlist. I looked at it just to make sure I found stuff you haven't heard, and I think most of it is from season 1 that you've heard.
Okay. Yeah, so it was definitely
Yeah,
more
no,
of the
that was
higher
good.
end stuff, you know, like epic overall. But
I was gonna say I was hoping for villainy to not win out in that song and to get because I know Attack on Titan has a lot of really moving tracks to it, and I was looking for one of those moving tracks to come in at the end, and instead we got a lot of the dun dun, right?
Well,
But that's
if
okay.
you would like something a little
it
more
was good.
intense, boy, do I have
That
a
was
little
pretty
track for
intense.
you.
oh boy,
This next one is a lot higher energy.
Uh-huh.
So this one, there's several versions of this track that in some of the soundtracks for, I think from starting with season 1, I think there's another iteration of this same track in season 3 soundtrack, I want to say, and then again in season 4, and each one is like, I feel like it outdoes itself. Yeah, so if you guys are ready, we can go ahead and give this a listen.
oh, very different. Already got some distressed strings in the background.
So cool watching the musicians play those distressed strings, the way that they hold the violin differently. There you go, Steven. I know this theme.
Oh wow, those vocalizations.
Right? That's the thing about this soundtrack.
That's
the
really
vocals
cool.
in this soundtrack are incredible.
But then it merges kind of with the.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
that was impressive.
Wow.
That was a good ear too. I would not have actually picked up on the vocalizations because it sounds like the
piano.
distressed strings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some of the
Mixing in this is pretty good so far.
and I'm no vocal expert, but I would venture to say that this is some really impressive, like especially some of the solo vocals in this soundtrack are I would venture to say is very impressive.
Damn.
There we go.
Somebody, and you got the bow probably hitting the strings there.
Yeah. Yeah, good
Ah,
catch.
you're right.
I like that.
That was nice.
So much going on.
Yes.
There's a lot going on
You
in
could
this
probably
scene
run
too.
a marathon without training to this song.
Yeah.
But don't
Yeah.
try, please. Like, disclaimer, don't sue me.
Yeah, don't try.
I'm gonna just recreate the first marathon. No training.
You might do it on
Steven,
accident,
nice,
though.
nice little reference there to.
Ancient Greek.
Yeah.
There you
Whatever.
go.
Ancient Greece. It's very chaotic in the background.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be some difficult piano playing.
Like, I don't even know.
This is another track that I've watched this scene a gazillion times over. I know
Is
that.
this associated with like some element of the show, like this kind of ordered chaos,
I would say
or is
so.
it the specific scene? Okay.
I mean, this track plays. This specific track plays on a specific scene in season 4, part 2. But this whole like the motifs in this are throughout.
We got a little bit of respite here. A little quieter.
Nice use of the word, whatever that was.
I probably didn't use it correctly.
I have no idea. It sounded right to me.
Come on, lit major.
Respiteer?
Respite
Here.
here. Respite.
Oh, respite here.
Oh. I've heard that. I've
No
heard those
respite here.
vocals.
Yes.
I think in the
In a
playlist,
different version of this.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. I love the drums in this version. So hype.
It's very epic.
In fact, I'm gonna turn the bass
Yes,
up on
it
my
is.
headphones here.
Oh yeah, let me do that.
It's a good track
Whoa.
to get hyped for the new
Oh,
season,
yeah.
Michael.
I'm going for a run later.
I can't
I
even
might,
tell if those are. I can't even tell if these are strings or vocals.
I know.
Distorted vocals.
right? I might listen to this on my run later.
Wow.
I guess Dream is collapsing at the end there.
Dang, that was intense. You were not kidding.
It was intense and beautiful. That's what I love about the Attack on Titan themes, right? They can become incredibly epic and yet remain
That's a
beautiful.
great way to
Incredibly
put it.
layered too. It's
Yeah.
just like the complexities of this. I don't hear in a lot of like
Yeah.
scores. It's all everything that's going on in the background.
Yeah, and you know I'm a sucker for
Yes.
layers and all that stuff, and I love the little things they do clearly, like you pointed out, with a bow on the like pouncing on the strings or whatever with the stringed instruments, just in the background, just providing these little elements that even might only show up for a few seconds. It adds a lot.
Yeah, you could probably listen to for certain elements each listen.
Oh,
through
yeah.
and hear something different every time.
Exactly.
No kidding. Yeah, and depending on your headphones, you'll probably pick up little things you would never have
Right.
heard otherwise. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Well, thank you, Michael. That was quite an experience.
Absolutely.
I do enjoy the soundtrack.
Definitely a treat and a nice hype
Yep,
session.
yep.
Yes.
And I'm certainly excited for Sunday. I think it's Sunday. Whatever the 4th is.
The 4th would be Saturday, but I thought the trailer said 3-3.
I think. Well, we might be getting the
Comes out here on the 4th?
subtitled version a little later. Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay.
And so Steven better get on it.
Yeah.
Caught up.
Get
Steven's
right on
like,
that.
right.
Well, that was fun. I had a blast with that.
Cool.
Ditto.
Yeah.
Glad
Thank you
guys
again,
liked it.
Michael.
Absolutely. Always happy to oblige with Attack on Titan or other anime music, for that
Yes.
matter.
I know Michael. I know Michael's covered. I know you've covered the one of the soundtracks in Your Never Gets Old, I think, in one of our newsletters. So sign up. We cover a movie soundtrack, TV soundtrack, video game soundtrack every week, and then we each cover one of our favorites. So link in the description for that. Keep an eye out for our upcoming reactions. We have some fun ones planned, and I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, see ya.
Thanks for watching.
All right, cheers.